off the top of your head, when I say luxury, what comes to mind? Like exactly what do you see? Do you see like gold bars, or do you see jewelry, Swiss watches, or designer labels? Or perhaps when it comes to automobiles, you see a huge car with flamboyant proportions flying down the road in chrome wheels, a two-tone paint job, with a gentleman driving it dressed in a tux on his way to meet the queen. Nah, the king, sorry. However, quiet luxury or stealth wealth has become a bit of a thing in recent times, much to the dismay or joy really of those that practice it. Flying under the radar is luxury in itself because, well, drawing attention to oneself is very unbecoming of a gentleman. But I digress, because what we may have here could be one of the embodiments of stealth wealth in the Philippine automotive market, because this, ladies and gentlemen, is the 2026 Audi Q7. Yes, posh, yeah. Not to be coy or anything, but the Q7 is probably one of, if not the best 7-seaters that we've tested here on Behind the Wheel. Trust me, we kind of know what we're talking about. If you'd like to know more about this automobile, download the AutoDeal app, available on iOS and Android, and that's absolutely free, which can help connect you to PGA dealers nationwide to help you get the best car at the best price, or inside this car for a test drive soon as possible. This particular model that we have here today comes in at 6,450,000 Philippine pesos, and I'm with you. That is a lot of scratch for this car. There are other options available out there. But this is an Audi. This is a German, and Germans build things very, very well. Let's start with its engine. You've got a 3-liter V6 turbocharged gasoline engine paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system or electric system that produces a whopping 340 horses and 500 Newton meters of torque, which is mated to an 8-speed Tiptronic system. Now, all that mumbo jumbo means that it can propel this car from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 5.6 seconds. Man, that's the fastest school bus on earth. Maybe not. I've seen a couple on YouTube. Anyway, not just that, but it also comes with a Quattro system, which means that you've got power and traction on all 4 wheels all the time, which makes this car an absolute beast to drive. But more on that a little bit later. Considering the sheer mass of the car, which comes in at 2,245 kilograms, by the way, the fuel efficiency isn't that bad. It's not, oh my goodness, gonna shock you, but it's also not that bad considering that it is a 6-cylinder and it's a Quattro system. Let me just get to the numbers. Look, on the highway, you're doing roughly about 13 kilometers per liter. Inside the city, when the traffic's bad, you're doing about 5 kilometers per liter. But it does get better because earlier today, just leaving the city and coming to our shooting spot, left at about 6 in the morning, we're doing about 7.8 kilometers per liter. So there's that. But really, that's not the reason why you're gonna get yourself a 7-seater Audi that has a twin-turbo V6. Come on. However, if you're still keen on getting an Audi, a large one at that, and an efficient one, how about the Audi Q8 e-tron, which we have a video of from Manila to Baguio, and that was efficient as, I can't even say the word. Some may criticize the Q7 for being a little lackluster in the looks department compared to other rivals. While other premium luxury vehicles are sporting very resplendent and proud designs all over, the Q7 exudes restraint with hints of sophistication. I have no idea what I just said there.
Resplendent what?
I don't know. The design of the Q7 is very familiar to anyone who's ever seen an Audi. Those in the know would know that the devil is in the details for this one, such as the 2D look of the emblem, or the black styling package that creates contrast with lighter colors or subtly in darker tones, or the lights in the front and in the rear that not only help light up the road, but also add to the impressive size of the vehicle. If there was one thing that might intimidate you, it would be the Q7's overall size, which comes in at a whopping 5,072 millimeters long, 1,993 millimeters wide, and 1,748 millimeters tall. all on a ground clearance of 178 millimeters, which can grow up to 254 millimeters with their adaptive air suspension topped out. On its side, you will find a set of 20-inch two-tone graphite gray and gloss aluminum alloy wheels wrapped in 295/45 series tires, as well as auto-dimming and heated side mirrors with power folding and memory functions. Matching the grille, blacked-out roof rails outlines the silhouette of the Q7. The rear is very quintessential Audi. It really stands out as such, and that you can tell an Audi from the back, whether you're talking about the Q5, the 6, the 7, or the 8. I guess the big question here is, what exactly makes the 7 stand out, let's say, for example, from the 8? Where the 8 is a little bit more coupe-like, this is a bit boxier, which essentially means that you can have more cargo space, right? Which is, it's very, very true. When you open her up, if I can find the button, when you do open her up, you're looking at about 295 liters of space in the back, which is good enough for this overnight carry handbag that I can never get the right words out because Jack's always looking at me going, just say hand carry.
I'm not saying.
He's saying it. In his mind, he's saying it. Or even big enough for a golf bag. When you fold the third row, because as we mentioned, this is a 7-seater, you're looking at obviously double that. And then when you fold the second row, you've got almost 2,000 liters of space, which theoretically could fit 6 balikbayan boxes. Plus enough space for, what do you call it again, Jack? Don't be shy. Fabendasha. Fabendasha! Fabendasha. Am I saying it right? Now, the cool thing about here, the rear, is there's a lot of power back here in the sense that you've got buttons that can raise or make the car squat depending on what you need when you're loading heavier items. Also, these seats are, if I'm just gonna fold this, these third row seats are also powered, which is pretty cool. So you've got power there, power to raise the car up and down. You have a power tailgate, but there is one more power option that we did not know we would absolutely fall in love with. 2 seconds. Ready? It's a power to know. To access the third row, open this huge door, which by the way is big enough that you can fit a balikbayan box through here. It's absolutely amazing. Simply tumble this, lock it, and then lift this. Easy as pie. Now, easy as pie that may have been, it's not exactly desserts, if you know what I mean, when you sit back here, because it is quite tight. Even though the second row does have rails, there is almost no thigh support, and it's really better for smaller children or smaller adults, in my view. Headroom is okay, but it is kind of tight. There are no toys back here, no air vents or whatnot. There's maybe speakers above you, and then cup holders on either side, but really that's it. So it's small trips inside the city, and that's about it.
Small trips or small people?
I already said small so many times, and then you have to repeat the word small again just to talk about me. How small do you want me to feel? How small do you feel when you... Now, while the cockpit or the driver's seat is probably going to be the place that you want to be inside an Audi, I'd argue that it's actually also quite comfortable to be here in the back. Now, as I mentioned while I was in the third row, these seats are on rails, so you can move back, which will give you a ton of room up front. I mean, look at the amount of leg room that I have. Thigh support is absolutely great. And cross my legs. That's my, I think that's my normal driving position. Yeah, that's my normal driving position. Headroom is good golly Miss Molly. The only thing that's tight about this place is the fact that the tunnel is quite large. So having a third person here, hey, I was wrong. You could actually put your feet just on the tunnel because it's square. You'd be quite comfortable. Hey, that's not bad. Maybe my size or smaller. Toys back here, there are a few. You've got shades on your window, which is really great. Air vents in the center and on the pillars as well. Below that are your air controls, which are just not just air, but also climate controls, which is great. Underneath, you have a 12-volt socket and 2 Type-C charging points, bottle holders on either door, and of course, a center armrest with mechanical cup holders. Hooah! On to the main meat of things. If you've seen our Q8 video, this will kind of look familiar to you because it's 3 screens as well that control everything really. In front of you is a 12+ inch instrument cluster, which can be controlled by the buttons on the left side of your steering wheel. In the center, you have a 10.1 inch touchscreen infotainment system that obviously will double as your reverse camera, and then all your audio systems is there as well. Below that will be your panel that is dedicated to your air. Now, these 3 panels work in different capacities, if I'm correct to say that, because this is controlled by the buttons on the steering wheel, as I mentioned. This is more of a touch screen infotainment system, so when you, like as I mentioned, touch and immediately goes into play. For the air controls, you have to put a little bit of oomph into it, right? Think of the BlackBerry Storm. I don't know if you guys were around for that, but that's basically it, where you have to put a little bit more input into it to get it to work. That's basically what you're looking at. The rest of the car, though, is, well, you've got lots of piano black, which is not really a fan of that, but yeah, when it's there, it's there. You've got a lot of space on your dash. It's very ergonomic. You have your digital shifter here in the center. Cup holders found right here with a small little hole for the key, which is nice. You have a wireless charger found down here, as well as 2 charging points that are Type-C. Now, there is a bit of well, points of contention really, because this car lacks certain things that other automobiles in our own market, which cost 1/5 of the price, boast about. For instance, cruise control, yes, it does have, but it's not adaptive. And at this price, Jack is going to go ape and say that it should be included. He's holding himself down right now. Another thing is that while this does have a reverse camera, at this price, no 360. Strange, don't you think? Another is that at this price point, you'd expect a panoramic roof, or at the very least, a sunroof. Again, none. And also, with cars, like I said, 1/5 the price, they have ventilated seats. Here you've got great, luxury, awesome leather seats, but it's not ventilated. But what you are paying for is the build quality, the strength, the security, the plush materials, the soft closed doors, the plushness, the ergonomics, and the one thing that those more affordable cars will never have over this Audi, which is Quattro, baby. Oh yeah, all that power and all that grip from a 6-cylinder. Yeah, let's go out for a drive. But before we do, please consider subscribing to our channel because we create all of these videos just for Jack.
Why?
Because we love you.
Aww.
The Audi Q7 has got a lot of go. Even if this thing weighs over 2,000 kilograms, it just picks up and boom, it's off. The engine up front delivers a lot of torque, and the 8-speed Tiptronic is extremely sure-footed and is easy to live with. Absolutely easy. This thing ain't got DCTs, it ain't got a CVT, it's just good old-fashioned motoring, the best of the best. Yeah! The drive experience is really what rounds out this car. It's already comfortable as a passenger, but as a driver, wow, the experience is just really amazing. Despite the heft of the vehicle, it feels like it's just so nimble. This car does have drive modes, but it's more than just, well, throttle response and steering tightness. You've got the damping, you've got the air suspension, the ride height of that, you've got the tightness of the transmission. It's so much more that it just hones in anything and everything that you want it to be on that particular mode, and it just delivers. Like for example, When you go off-road, the car raises its ride height to avoid obstacles. When you're trying to be as fuel economical as possible, like on the highway, it drops down so that it cleans the air as much as possible away from the body. Man, this thing might be even smarter than Earl. What do you think? Oh, he refuses to admit.
Fine.
Favorite mode has got to be automatic, because then it adapts to your driving, because you're obviously adjusting to the road conditions, and it will automatically adjust to those conditions as well. So right now we're on the highway, economical mode, keep the suspension soft, be as frugal as possible. But that's not to say that if you floor it, all 500 Newton meters of torque won't be available. Oh yes, yes it will.
Uy, teka.
Also to add, it's extremely quiet in here. It's close, it's not, but it's close to EV levels. And what's mind-boggling is that there is a gasoline engine in front of us. And it's not just your average gasoline engine, it's a 6-cylinder. And yet, you don't hear anything. Yes, you will hear a bit of grunt when you floor it. Yeah, but for the main part, it's eerily quiet in here.
You can have church in here.
Well, maybe. And that's what I wanted to say about this car. It can do most, if not all of it. Sure, there are a few caveats in the form of some tech things missing, but really, it can do it all, whether you want to be racy and aggressive with it, or you want to kick back, relax, and enjoy a pleasant drive. It can do both at the same time. I've already pointed out what things are missing inside this car, but I don't know if this makes up for it, but this is the first time I've ever seen something like this. Check this out. You afraid of the sun? Much as like I am? Check this out. Stage 1. Stage 2. Stage 3. Stage 4. Bam! Bam! That's nothing to make yabang. It's just... aliw. This might sound like a weird question, but I'll ask you. If you could get one premium car that could do most, if not all of the things that you wanted in terms of, let's say, practicality. You've got the space. Comfort, obviously. You also have a powerful engine, great suspension, air suspension, mind you, and most, okay, granted, not all, but most of the equipment that you find in more modern cars. Could this car be it? But let's face it, there is no one-car solution for anything and everything under the sun, right? There is no that perfect car. The Q7 does come close, but it's more of really a jack of all trades, master of none kind of a thing. Because it does have shortcomings in the form of, well, the panoramic roof, the 360 camera, the ventilated seats, the adaptive cruise. But despite those shortcomings, it's still a very, very fundamentally capable automobile. It's a great SUV that can do more than just take your passengers from point A to point B comfortably. No, it does more than that. It's powerful, it's got grip, it's got road presence, and it's classy. So when we say stealth wealth or quiet luxury, especially in this color, yeah, yep, yes, yes.